Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. We are sorry for the delay. Good afternoon, everybody. So you're welcome to the second edition of You're welcome to the second. This is the third edition of our refresher training for both the S and the head of schools, the school portal administrators and the head of school. So currently with me, I have Precious or Jeremy as my co-facilitator, and I have Akinde Isiaka as my co-facilitator. So basically, we are going to be taking you quickly through the rundowns and the major things that needs to be done in order for us to have a seamless short-term promotional exam. So we're going to be taking you through all of this, and also we are going to be taking your question and answer sessions. We're going to be taking you through question and answer sessions. That means you'll be asking us questions, and we're going to be answering all of your questions that we know are bothering every one of us. So with me is Ojeremy Precious, and I'm going to be bringing him to take us through a rundown. So, and also before I do that, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't, in order for you to get updates, and also click the notification bells. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channels, and also use this moment to write down your questions in the comment section while we are going to pick up all of your questions and we are going to answer them. So, Mr. Ojeremy Precious, are you with me, sir? Ojeremy Precious. Precious
Okay.
or Jeremy, please, are you
Am I
with
to
me?
come in now?
Yes, please. You're welcome.
All right, please. Your network is breaking. All right. Thank you for having me. I remain my office self, Precious or Jeremy. All right. So, and I want to welcome
You're
everyone
welcome.
to the third edition of this training. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being with us always and for understanding us. God bless us all. All right. Before I just take us take us through the processes again just to refresh our minds and our knowledge about this thing. Before I do that, please, if you can hear us, if you're online, you can hear us. I'm seeing five people online. Please, if you can hear us, you can see our screen, you can see, type yes in the comment section so that we can see. Type yes in the comment section so that we can be on the same page, please. Please, if you can hear us, type yes in the comment section and keep your questions rolling in, please. Please and please, we are waiting for your comments. If you can hear us, if you can see our faces, please type yes in the comment section. All right, all right, all right. Thank you, Mr. Yusuf Wasilat. Sorry, Mrs. Yusuf Wasilat Festus. Mr. Yusuf Festus. And thank you, Mr. Festus Festus. All right. We are on the same page. So let's start. Let's start. All right. If you could remember, the second edition we held about this promotion of a thing. We had some ministry staffs, Mrs. Oloko, Mr. Thompson, Mrs. Okay, IRA, something. All right. So and they took us on they addressed us on some issues and the likes. So there is an issue I would like to speak on before I move on. The issue of we were hearing that like some people are still demanding for a manual broadsheet, a manual broadsheet. So Mrs. Oloko clearly stated on that day that there is nothing like manual broadsheets. We every broadsheet and everything concerning the school now are to be handled and processed on OG Sarah online. OG Sarah online. I just feel like saying that quickly. All right. All right. I hope you understand that about that. So please let's take notes. All right. The second issue I would like to address, a complaint came in yesterday from many schools that they couldn't view their report card even after doing all the necessary approval and publishing, that they couldn't. All right, so I will quickly address that now. before the next person comes in and before I say some other things. I will quickly address that now. In case you are faced with that challenge, you've done all your necessary approval, you've done all the necessary approval, the SPA has approved, the SPA has approved, the HOS have done the publishing as well, and you still find it difficult to view your report card. So don't there is no cause for alarm. There is nothing to be scared or afraid of. You've done your part. So just quickly do this. I'm going to tell you what you are going to do now. After doing this, the report card will come up. The report card will come up. All right. So please listen very well and please understand this. So if you are finding it difficult to view your report card after the necessary approval has been done, these are the things, three key things, sorry, two key things you must do. The two key things you must do. Number one, go to your subject registration. Go to your subject registration. Just click on subject registration as an SPA. Okay, anyways, it's only SPA that can see that. As an SPA, once log in, go to your subject registration. Subject registration is under school manager by the side menu. It's under school manager. Click on school manager, subject registration will drop down. Click on subject registration. When you click on subject registration, you select your program and you select the class. All right, you might be having three arms in a class. Please, this thing I want to say, you do it for all the three arms in that class. You don't do it for one arm. For example, if you have primary 1A, primary 1B, primary 1C, you have to do this for all the arms, both primary 1A, primary 1B, primary 1C. You do it for all. Don't do it for only primary 1A and expect this thing to work. Do it for all the three arms you have in the school. So these are what you will do. All right. So you select the program and select the class. You select 1A for start. After selecting 1A, then two buttons will come up. Two buttons will come up. We are familiar with the two buttons, I guess. The first button that will come up is register all subjects for all students, and that will be that you will see a green color that appears on the green color button, and beside that button is a red color button that says clear unregistered subject for this student. Clear unregistered subject for all students. All right. The two buttons, let me quickly explain what the two buttons are meant for. The first button that says register all subject for all students is telling you on the when you once you click on that button, you register all subject that is in the curriculum for the students. You register that, but I will advise you do it manually. You don't no, not manually, sorry. I will advise you do it one by one. That is, we know the marks and each subject are in the front of the student. We know the cross mark and the mark sign that is at the front. I will advise you click that, because in the case there are some cases where some people are doing some subject and some are not doing. For example, CRS and IRK now. Some students are doing CRS while some students are not doing CRS. So if you click on register all subject for all students, it will register both CRS and IRK for every student, and that might cause some problem. So I will advise that you register it for them one by one at the front. All right. So the second button that is saying clear unregistered subjects for all students, what that button is meant for, because I can see that some people don't really know what that button is meant for. What that button is meant for is there are some subjects that are being registered behind, like at the back end, like and the students are not actually doing those subjects. Those subjects, you can't see them on the subject registration for the class. You can't see them. So that is why the button is there. So once we click that button, those subjects will be removed automatically from the back end. Those subjects will be removed, and those subjects are the ones that are giving you the issues. Those subjects are the ones giving you the issues. I hope everyone can understand. So those subjects are the ones giving you issues. So you have to click once you click that button, clear on register subject, those subjects will be removed automatically from the back end. So that is the short definition I will give to those two buttons. I hope you can understand me. So if you understand what I just said now, my definition about the two buttons, you can as well type yes in the comment section so we can be on the same page. You can as well type yes. So let me just go on. So once you click that button, the button I will need you to click is the clear unregistered subject for all students. Clear unregistered subject. Please don't click register all subjects. That is not what you are dealing with. What we are dealing with only will take you to click only the clear unregistered subjects for all students. And there are some subjects that I saw a case of a school where some subjects appear on the subject registration, and they register those subjects for them, and the students are not doing those subjects. This button will not remove those subjects for you. You are the one that will remove them by yourself. The subject the button is removing for you are the subjects that are registered from the back end but are not showing on the subject registration. Please, I hope everyone is clear about this. I hope everyone is clear. So once you click that button, then you as an SPA, no, sorry, HOS, if you have published the result, you as an HOS will log in, you log in with the HOS account, you unpublish the broadsheet. After unpublishing the broadsheet, you approve. Once you publish the broadsheet, it will be approved on the broadsheet will be disapproved automatically for the SPA. Once you unpublish as an HOS, once you publish the broadsheet, it will reverse the approval for SPA. So SPA will now be the one to approve the broadsheet again. Once you approve the broadsheet again, HOS will also have to publish the broadsheet again. Once these things have been done, then the report card will come up. Then the report card will come up. So please and please, we are sorry for the inconveniences that might cause. Please bear with us. Just go ahead and do this, and be rest assured your report card will come up instantly. Received a comment from a staff yesterday after doing this. He said it works like magic. It works like magic. So sincerely, we are sorry for inconveniences. Just do that and it will work like magic. All right. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. All right, Miss Kinsley, I don't know if you can just invite the next person that will come in, man.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Ojeremy. Um, so our audience, our distinguished SPA and HOS, we are expecting your questions so we can as well answer them right away, pending the time our next facilitator is going to take the ground. Mr. Kiden, are you there? Mr. Kinde, are you there? Okay, so Mr. Kinde is still, we can't reach him yet. So I'm going to be taking Mr. Jeremy, I'm going to be asking you some few questions from the comment section. So Ayodele Abosede said, can I publish and recommend promotion for the pupils as HOS in primary schools? Can I publish and recommend promotion for the pupils as HOS in primary schools? So, Mr. Ojerem, do you want to answer it, or should I take it, sir?
Miss Kinsley, why are you asking is Mr. Akinde online already?
Yes, but we still can't reach him yet. So, okay, well, let me take it. So, Ayodele Abosede Adebusola, can I publish and recommend promotion for the pupils as HOS in primary schools? Yes, you can. Provided you are the head of school, provided you are the HOS of the school, your duties and your one of the duties you do on Ojisera is you recommend promotions and you also publish, while your SPA, which is your school portal administrator, does the approving, while the HOS recommends and also publishes results. So there's also another question. You said by Fakeye Olaoluwa. So Fakeye said, can we still make any adjustments on first and second term? Yes, you can, but the adjustments are limited. Now, when I said they are limited, this is what I mean. So you cannot reappoint your class teacher and subject teacher and head of school for second term. You can, I take again, you cannot appoint your class teacher, subject teacher, and head of school for second term. But apart from all of this I stated, yes, you can make adjustments for your first and second term results. You can make adjustments for your first and second term results. So I'm seeing another question here. So I'm Mr. Precious or Jeremy. So I'm going to be pushing this question to you. This question says, "Are you with me, sir, Mr. Jeremy?"
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay, so this question is for you, sir. I raised the issue of putting promotion on trial, concessional promotion, in the last workshop. Any update on that?
All right. All right. All right. I understand the question. All right. Yeah. This person raised this question like during the second session. Please, what you said was this is not available for now, but we will push it to
Mr. Precious, are you there? Mr. Precious, are you
I'm here.
there?
Yes.
Okay, so please, we're sorry for
I'm here.
the
I'm here. I'm here.
we're sorry for the for that. So please, Mr. Precious, can you continue with the answers? Mr. Precious.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I said, please, can you continue with the question, the answers you were given to this question?
Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, we can.
All right. Like I was saying about the question, I said available for now, but we are actually working on that. Any update on it to be dropped on this or on the group very soon. Update on that will be dropped on the group very soon. So that's it.
Okay. So there's also another question here. It says good afternoon. We have some students who joined the school during the second term. Are we to divide their scores by two? So I think for this question, in the first session we actually answered this. We said the system is going to automatically divide your results by the active terms in which that student actually participated in. That means probably if probably if you have probably if the two terms the child actually did, the system is automatically going to divide the results by two, not going to be by three. So I hope I answered that question. Adeni Fumalayo. So Mr. Okay, so we also have another question. Okay. Mr. Akinde is trying to come in. We also have another question. He said, please, next class and promotion statements are not showing. After a recommendation, Mr. Precious, we have a question for you, sir. Please, next class and promotion statements are not showing. After recommendation of promotion and subsequent approval and publishing, what do we do? What do we do? Mr. Precious, are you there?
Yeah, I think I can just take this question directly. If Precious is not taking it yet. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so next class promotion statement are not showing after. So you majorly see this on the student report card, right? You might not necessarily see it in the on the broadsheet. So what you just need to do is try to view the student report card. From there, you'll be able to see the next class that the child or the student is promoted to. All right. So, Mr. Nuruddin Akimbo, I hope that particularly answers your question. It's going to display on the student report card, so you can check it from there.
Okay, so there's also another question. I think this is for this needs to be clarified. So please take it, Mr. Kinde.
Please go ahead with the question. What is promotion criteria as I missed the
Um,
last time? All right. So, Mr. Badamosi, it depends on what section that you are on, right? If you're in the primary section now, for example, there's really no need for you to worry about the promotion setting because that will be done from the back end, right? For if you're in the junior secondary or secondary, right? So you can view the default setting from your page. If you go to your page results, you see the promotion setting, click on it, you see view default setting. So that allows you to view the current setting that is there. All right. The only thing that you can change there is that you can't go below that setting. You can only improve maybe like your. So the only thing you can do is to maybe increase from for the pass mark from 45 to like 50. So you will see the promotion criteria for your division that is set from there. So you can check from there.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, you can't go the standard of the ministry. So it is either Mr. Akindele. Okay, so um what you were saying, like I was trying to give the clarification, is that means the promotion criteria cannot go below the ministry standard, but can only go higher than the ministry standard. So if you choose not to use what the ministry gave you, then you have to create something that is higher than the standard in which the ministry gave. All right, so there is also another question. Mr. Akindele, are you there? Mr. Precious, are you there? Okay. So while they are trying to reach out, so I'm going to be taking another question. It says there is a teacher. Okay, wait. So the question is by Yusuf Wasilat Iyabo. So I hope okay. So Yusuf Wasilat Iyabo said there is a teacher in my school that I couldn't register. How can I register her? There is a teacher in my school that I couldn't register. How can I register her? So, firstly, I'm going to be asking you, is this teacher a new teacher? Does this teacher exist on the database of the registrar? Because if I could remember clearly, every teacher was registered late last year till early this year. So, is this teacher a new teacher? Is she transferring from another school? Because if she's transferring from another school, you cannot create a new detail for that particular teacher. The system is automatically going to throw you and bounce whatever record you're trying to throw in out. So I'm hoping you would respond to that first before we can now take it. And provided this teacher is and it already exists on the database, I'm going to advise you to actually tell the teacher from the teacher to notify his or her SPA in the previous school to transfer that teacher to the current school. So that is my best advice for you. So I'm going to be telling you to notify the SPA. The teacher should notify the SPA of the previous school to transfer him or her into the new school. So that should suffice. But if the teacher does not exist before and you are trying to create the teacher, then it should actually work. It should actually work. So I'm going to be taking another question. And please, if whatever answer we give does not okay, if you're comfortable with it, please let us know in the comment section you're comfortable with it. But if not, please address it again in the comment section. We are going to actually pick it up. So there's another question by Ayodele Abosede Adebusola. She said, hope the default setting have been set as primary 1 to 3 40 marks and primary 1 to 4 45 marks in English, mathematics and any other 5 subjects. So firstly, I'm going to tell you, you have the liberty to check the default settings from your angle. So kindly do that. Check and see whatever default settings is set for you by the ministry. So kindly check to see whatever default settings is set for. Mr. Akinde, are you there?
Yes, to also respond to that, for those of us in the primary section, I will be sharing updates soonest. But really, you don't necessarily have to worry, right? This all of that will be taken care of at the back end. The system would automatically set all of this setting. All right. So we are still trying to work out something around the criteria for the primary setting. As soon as that is concluded, hopefully before the end of today or latest tomorrow, we are going to share that feedback across all platforms. So for majorly those of us in the primary section, you have nothing to worry about. The system will take care of it from the back end. So just proceed to uploading your scores and also, so the latest tomorrow you should get, the feedback on whatever will be done. So that's just
Okay.
the basic response from that.
Okay, so secondly, there's also another question.
Yes,
Can we have
on
promotion on
this
trial
question too.
on the broadsheet?
Yes, on this question too. So this is also what we are also currently reviewing. All right, those that do not automatically meet the promotion that have been set, So hopefully tomorrow as well you get the feedback on this. So we are currently working on making provisions for promotion on trial basis. So that details will be communicated with us as soon as it is concluded on. Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to be picking another question. So this says, "Good day all. Please, ma. Some of my school teachers were unable to upload their signature on their dashboard. Please help." So what do you have to say to that, Mr. Akindele?
So I'm trying to understand the question. Some of my school
So
teachers were unable to upload their signature.
I think
Could the person give a better I'm not sure I got the questions correctly.
okay. So
Right.
I think let me rephrase for this person. And please, after rephrasing, if that is not actually what you mean, please rephrase it in the comment section. So I think what this person is trying to say is they are trying is their teachers were trying to upload their signature on their dashboard so that the signatures could actually be appended in the report card. So and they are finding it a bit difficult to do. So I think that is
Okay.
what the person is trying to say. So what can they do?
Um, could you? Well, that's a bit strange. Maybe like just share your school code with us on the WhatsApp platform so we could check for you.
Okay.
It's
So
Tony online. Just share your school code with us so we could check for you.
okay. So I think I might have a response to that. So please let me do that. So in respect to that, while you are trying to upload your signature, I think basically what happens is if you couldn't get it done is a network issue, or probably you clear your cache, you reload and you retry it again. So that should actually work while you're trying to upload your signature. And if problems still persist, kindly reach out to us via our help desk or via the WhatsApp. So I'm going to be sending this question in. Okay, I think this was a question I responded to while Mr. Akindele was not around. So yes, you said she's not a new teacher. Exactly, that is what the system is going to tell you. The system is going to tell you that that particular record already exists. So that was why I said, since you want to add her fresh, this particular teacher already exists. So you said she's not a new teacher, but anytime I register her, the system will respond that her email exists. Her profile is not showing and cannot be allocated to any class. Yes, that means that teacher is currently not in your school. The teacher was added somewhere else, but the teacher's details already exist. So, preferably, that was why I said, kindly tell the teacher to tell the SPA of the previous school he or she is, or was rather, to transfer the teacher to your school. The teacher details exist already. So kindly tell them to transfer. And if the problem still persists, reach out to us. We would help you with that. So I think for now we've run out of questions. We've been able to answer that. So Mr. Kidein, what do you have for us, sir?
Okay. Um, just okay. All right. So and I think this particular update is for those of us in the primary section, majorly, especially those of us in the nursery and the KG section. All right. So it falls around the promotion criteria. All right. So for those of us in the nursery and the KG section, there is no necessarily like a promotion criteria yet. Okay. So you could just go ahead to uploading, submitting, and approving from the broadsheet directly. Okay. So um, no basic criteria for those of us in the KG and the nursery section, but the criteria will only start applying for those of us that are in the primary section, like Mrs. Oloko, shared in the previous session. So it's just the only thing left for the primary now is to finalize around primary 1 to 3 and primary 4 to 6. Well, that would also be taken care of by the system at the back end. So those of us in the primary section just continue to upload and approve. Meanwhile, for those of us in the KG section and also the nursery section as well, um, no criteria for those two divisions. Okay, just upload your scores, then approve from the broadsheet. Okay, so once that is done, so student would have access to their to their report card easily from there. Yeah, so that's one major update which we should all take note of. Okay, so another thing which is also very important is could also be say in the area of making comments. We know that we've had some serious question around so how do I make comment as a teacher? How do I make comment as class teachers? And I'm sure we've also said this in the previous session, right? Class teachers can begin to make their comments now, right? The same thing with HOS and can also begin to make their comments. What HOS can do to make it quite easier is maybe you have typed the whole comment, out maybe in a Word document, for example. So you're just copying and pasting it depending on how it applies to that particular course or that particular student. So it helps to make it quite easier that way. So those are just a few updates. And also, we have one major update as well. This is also to all SPAs. I'm sure last week we shared on all the WhatsApp platform that data capture module is now available. That this one that requires you to send infrastructure details, number of chairs, number of deck for your school. All right, you are to upload these details directly on your OG Server platform. We've seen some of us sharing the details on the various WhatsApp platform. That is not where you are going to submit the details, but rather when you log into your OG Server page as the SPA for your school, you're in the module bar, right? You would see the module data capture. So just click on it. You see the infrastructure data. They click on it. So that's where you are going to impute um, your details, the infrastructure details of your school. So please don't send it on the WhatsApp platform, but rather upload the details directly to your OG Server platform. So I think that's also some vital information that we can have to also share. So meanwhile, while we are waiting, so I don't know if do we still have any other question around?
No, for now. We do not have any
Okay.
other questions for now.
Okay, good. And I'm sure Mr. Precious have also shared around those of us that have issues with maybe total number of subjects appearing more than what the students are doing, right? Mr. Precious, hope you've also cleared that, right?
Yes. What I said, I did not talk about that, but what I said earlier, if they do that, that will be corrected. Did you hear what
Okay,
I said?
all right, okay. All right, thank you, Precious. I think another important probably update that we might also share. I wouldn't say necessarily an update, but maybe just more enlightenment is I've seen this question a lot. Would the system automatically promote the student? Yes, the system would. Once the HOS have done the recommendation from the broadsheet, the system, on the student report card, right? It would whether if the student pass, right, on the broadsheet itself, right. If you scroll to the last egg, you will see once the HOS have clicked the recommend promotion, it's going to give those that are promoted, it's going to give them like a tick, like a green tick. So it means that those ones are already promoted to the next class. Okay, so on the student report card, you would see it's going to display that they are promoted to, if the student is in primary 3, say for example, on the student report card, it's going to show that they have been promoted to primary 4. All right, so all of those things are fully captured on the brochure, so you have nothing to worry about for such instances. Yeah. So do we have any other questions? So we could just keep the questions coming. We could keep the questions coming. Okay, this
Okay.
is
So,
from, yeah. Quincy, please take this, like you could take the question out, then I can answer it.
okay, my head teacher has retired from her duties and have been transferred to the next. Okay, my head teacher has retired and her duties has been transferred to the next in line. I have since appointed the acting head teacher as HOS, but I have not been able to delete the former head teacher.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to delete, right? You don't necessarily have to delete. Once you have removed the role, so the person can't do anything. So you're not deleting. You don't have that say permission to delete. All right. What you are just doing, like you've done, is that remove the allocation and put the next in line as the HOS. Once that is done, that is necessarily taken care of by the system. So Mr. Nuruddin Akibo, you don't necessarily have to delete. And I think you've done the right thing by assigning the next in line as the HOS. So on the HOS page, the next HOS can, continue with the necessary responsibilities as appropriate. Yeah.
Okay. So I think for now, those are the questions we have. Those are the questions we have.
Please, Mr. Akindayin,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Precious.
Please, I don't know if you have talked about this because I had issues with my network here. The issue of the recommend promotion button that is on the broadsheet. Have you talked on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I know that some of us have been having issues with the recommend promotion not responding, right? So that is an issue that, like, I'm sure I shared that update across all the various WhatsApp channel yesterday. It's a bug that we have seen, and our technical team are still currently working on it. Before the end of today, latest in the next say 30 to 40 minutes, that recommend promotion button will be active. And we are also going to share the details across all the various WhatsApp platform as well. So you'll be aware that it is now active, that you can now, recommend promotion. All right. So
All
that
right.
can be checked from there. Then one major other issue, which is also very important, and I think Mrs. Oloko or Dr. Mrs. Okeriafo also shared this in the last session, is that for those that are graduating, especially the primary school right now, those that are graduating, that are going to the next school, right? It is the SPA that will be doing the placement. And from what was explained last week, um, placement will start anytime from, I think, next week or upper week. All right. The process would also be communicated, but the process is very easy, right? As the SPA for those that are graduating, all right. So you are going to do the placement. So you will see the placement module, right, where you can select. So the way the placement is designed is such a way that it's going to show all the available schools. It pick the available schools based on the say local government or that your area. So you're going to see all the available schools, and you can now pick or select the school that you are placing those students to. All right. So SPA should also be ready for for that process. It's not something that is very tedious. It's just as a matter of clicking as to which school should they go to. But the system will give you the schools that are close to that area. So this time around, the placement would also be done, seamlessly online. So I think that's also another update that SPs might just need to take note of. Yeah. So I don't know if you have any other questions up. So I'm trying to check the question box. Okay. What about the best pipe, the best student, and so on with the system? Awesome. All right. Thank you, Mr. Dini Fumilayo, Mrs. in this case. I'm sorry for that. Yes, the system and that's also the essence of some of the key benefits or value that the OGTR platform provides, right? The system will be able to give. There's a summary sheet as the from the HOS page, right? That summary sheet that you can get the best five per class, the best 10. You can filter around how you want to get that details. All right. So all of that is taken care of from the broadsheet. All right. All of that is taken care of by the system. So Mrs. Adeni from Liar, yes, the system provides for all of those analysis that you can just get them by clicking. Yes. And also very important information, and I think this is an update that have been shared as well, that there is no manual Ashogura broadsheet, so to say, this time. Okay. all of this whole process to make the process also easier for teachers and SPAs. All right, since you're already doing them online directly on your OG Server platform. All right, so there is no need for you to do the manual brush it again. Okay, so that's also another. I know we have some question around: are we still doing the manual because it has been passed around? Are we still doing the manual brush it and co? All right, so there is no need for you to do all of that, but you must ensure that your teachers have uploaded on the OGCR platform, and also you have approved student results from there. So I think that's also another update we might want to take note of. So do we have any other question before sharing the next update? Is Queensley here? Okay. How can we correct the photo misplaced for another student? Okay, I think this is just from the student as SP, right? Just go to your student manager box. The menu box beside each student. That's where you can update their picture. So it's easier for you to do that from your end as the SPA. Go to the student manager, right? The menu box beside the student. Click on it and click on edit details. So from there you can change the student, the student um, picture to the proper one from there, right? So I hope that answers your question. Heritage multimedia concepts. Okay, so do you have other questions coming up? Is Queensley here, or you could just help me go to the next question? Awesome, thank you. Okay, Agbako Sage. Okay, I'm unable to comment as the HOS of the school. I've tried many times but couldn't. Okay, what can I do? All right, so two things could majorly happen, Ms. Joke or Mrs. I'm so sorry about that. Two things can happen. The first thing is that as the if the allocation has not been done for this third term, all right, so you might need to follow up with your SPA. Remember, it is the HOS that can do the commenting, HOS comment. So follow up with your SPA, your school portal administrator, to confirm, check and confirm that he or she has done the HOS allocation for third term. All right. So the other part of it is that, which you might also need to check, maybe it's your browser as at that time, but if it's your browser the page will just be blank. So if the issue is that the page is blank, all right, so that tells you that automatically is your browser. What you need to do in that case is clear your browser history, close the browser, then relaunch your browser again, then try to access that page. If you do those two things, you'll be able to access the brochure from there. Right, I hope that answers that question. And also, as a follow-up question to this again, is that it is only class teachers that will be able to make class teachers comment. As the SP, I can't do that. All right, if I'm the one that want to do the class teachers comment, what I need to do is that assign myself as the SP for those classes. So in a very brief, or in summary, it's only teachers that are assigned as class teachers that will be able to make class teachers comments. Okay, so because I know we have some questions around that area too, so that might be another important note that we might want to take note of moving forward. Yeah, so Mrs. Agbakosi, okay, I hope that answers your question. If it doesn't, please put the follow-up question in the chat or in the comment section. We will be glad to respond to your questions as they come in. So we could go to the next question. Awesome, thank you. Okay, heritage multimedia concept. We mistakenly upload a photo for a student and we want to replace it with the correct one, but it's not changing. We have tried it many times. Okay, maybe what you could do,
Yeah.
if you're using a system, it might have changed, but it's not reflecting yet for you. All right. So if you're using a system on that page, try to use if you're using a system, Control Shift R, that would automatically add reload the page for you. Do that and try to view the image. Right. If it's still the previous one, then try it again. It will definitely change. Then, if it does not change, if you have tried it and it does not change, just reach out to us on the WhatsApp channel. So we will help you check why it's not changing. But majorly, try it on your system first. Try to use the Control Shift R then try to change the picture, view and change the picture. From there, it should change that way. Yep. Okay, the next question is up. We want you to help us in marking our psychomotor. I cannot mark mine at SPA. Yes. So the same thing also applies to making class teachers comments or marking attendance. It is only teachers that are assigned as class teachers that will be able to mark attendance, that will also be able to mark psychomotor for that class. All right. So, Ms. Olawumi, you need to ensure that you are the one assigned as the class teacher for that class. All right. If you are the one assigned as the class teacher for that class, you would have access to the affective and psychomotor module, which you can now mark. And I know we also have issues around some schools complaining that when they try to mark the psychomotor rating, that it's not, they are not being able to mark it. Yes, we've seen all of those complaints, and it's also part of the bug that our technical team are also currently working on. Hopefully, before the end of today, that should also be wrapped up. Okay, so if Ms. Abolaji, allow me, if that is not the case, all right, so you need to ensure that you are the one assigned as a class teacher for that class. If you have done that, you'll be able to mark your psychomotor. If that is the case and you are not able to mark, maybe the module is not bringing out where to mark for you, it's just displaying the numbers. Then that's a bug issue that the technical team are currently working on. Yes, sure. I hope that answers your question, Ms. Olawumi. If it doesn't, please use the comment section and drop any further questions that you might have with that. Yes, we can go to the next question. Precious, please get ready. You might take the next question. So, do you have any other question?
There are no questions now. For now,
I can see questions in the comment section. Okay. I think I saw a question from Oduniga Olayemi. How we set pass mark for primary 1 to 3 and primary 4 to 6. Okay, okay. So majorly the answer to this question is you're not setting. Those of us in the primary section, right? You're not setting a criteria. You can only just view what's there. And like I have just said earlier, um, those of us in the nursery and the KG section, right? There is no criteria for promoting students, all right? So just proceed to uploading your scores and submitting from the broadsheet. But for those of us in the primary, there is criteria, all right? And that criteria, you cannot change it. You cannot even amend it, all right? The only thing is just follow what's there. Currently, what we have set in the primary is that mathematics, English, and like any other 5 subjects. Okay, so that setting has been set at the backend level. All right. The only thing which we are trying to finalize on now for the primary section is saying primary 1 to 3 having a different criteria, primary 4 to 6 also having a different criteria. We are still trying to see how we can work this out. And like I said the other time, before the end of today or latest tomorrow, that will be solved. But like again, it is a system that will also take care of all of that. All right. So we really have nothing to worry about for those of us in the primary section. All right. Just go ahead to proceeding to uploading your various scores. So I hope that answers your question. Allow me, Kendi. Or yes, Dunuga Olayemi. My apologies for that. So I hope that answers your question, right? So I think I saw a question as well in the comment section by Julison. I'm not sure I pronounced the name correctly right now. But the question is around, I don't know who is controlling the questions displaying on the screen. Precious,
I'm the one.
please help me reach out to him to share the question as appropriate. All right, so the question around how can
I'm
I
the one
mark
controlling the
attendance?
questions.
Okay, so there's the last question. How do I mark attendance? Right?
Okay.
So I think that's a very straightforward question. Like I said again, it is only class teachers that can mark attendance. Okay. And before they can even mark attendance, you need to, as the SPA, you need to ensure that you have assigned them as the class teacher for that term. All right, it's when you have assigned them as a class teacher that they will be able to mark attendance. They will have access to the attendance module and also the psychomotor module, so they can mark as appropriate from there. So I hope that answers your question, Mr. Julison. All right. So if it doesn't, please use the chat section to put the follow-up questions. Right. So if you have any other questions, let's drop it. And we are super excited that the time is also coming to an end. And one important update which we'd also try to share with us is that we are looking at the deadline of around next week, say like next week Thursday, for all schools should be done with uploading, approving, and also publishing results. Which means that by next week, student result, Tottenham results should be ready for all schools. So this is also a vital information for all SPAs and all HOS, that the deadline that have been set for student results should be ready is by next week. So those of us that are still yet to complete our upload, or that are still yet to complete our approving result from the broadsheet, so please ensure you do all of this before next week Thursday. Okay, so that's also very important for us to take note of. Next Thursday is the deadline that has been set for schools to complete all their uploads, approving, and also recommend promotion as appropriate, so that by next week Friday, parent or student can start checking or assessing their child results. Okay, so that's an important update that we all might also want to take note of as well. Okay, so do you mean learners in primary one must pass primary? Yes, this is like a compulsory subject for all students to pass. Okay, they must pass. If you check the promotion criteria, they must have at least minimum of 40 in maths and English, and any other five subjects. So mathematics and English is compulsory for the student to pass before they will be promoted. So, Mrs. Abolaji Olawumi, I hope that answers your question. The system will also automatically take note of that majorly. Yes. So, do we have any other question to respond to?
No questions for now.
Again, don't let us forget, like I just shared not quite long now. Next week Thursday is the deadline that has been set for schools, SPAs, and HOS to complete all uploads and also ensure they approve and recommend promotion, and also publish student results. All right. So by Friday, student announcement can go out for students to start, for parents or students to start assessing their results for total easily from the Ojisara platform. Yeah. Okay. So do we have any further questions coming up? Precious.
No questions for now.
Okay. So we might just be wrapping up, say, in the next 5 minutes. Yeah, we might wrap up in the next 5 minutes. So yes. Like I said once again, once a very big thank you for everyone that has joined this session, right from the day one to day two to today. Um, if it is possible, we might have another session, but I'm not really saying that, because we basically explore and respond to all issues, right? So we are also going to communicate any further updates directly on all our WhatsApp channels. So just watch out for updates, especially for those of us in the primary section. Watch out for updates in all the various WhatsApp channel that you are on. Once the placement is ready, we're going to share the details with you so you can do the placement for your students, for your graduating student as appropriate as well. Okay, all right. So, Precious, I don't know if you have any grounding, closing remark. So, reminder, closing remark, or what you've observed that you might want to just call the attention of SPAs to.
All right. I don't have much to say. I just want to commend all the SPAs, all the Ogun State teachers for their for the work for like sincerely we really appreciate you people for making this work easier and for making it going very easy, very easy. Like I said, was it I did for yesterday during the second session. Like this platform is not created to trouble anyone, to make the one cumbersome or to make the work very tiring for us. It is this platform is in place to ensure that we enjoy education in this state. We really, really enjoy education and to make the work more easier for us, more easier for us. And I think we are really doing our part to achieve this. And we want to really commend all teachers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And kudos to you people. Kudos to you people. Kudos, kudos, kudos. Thank you very much. And please, if there is any, there are any questions you didn't attend to or you didn't drop, please can make use of the help desk or the WhatsApp platforms, various WhatsApp platform. And be rest assured that all your questions, all your complaints will be attended to immediately. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless us in the name of Jesus. Amen. All
Awesome,
right.
awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Precious. You did not give HOS. You know, HOS, I did not try. You didn't say thank you,
HOS,
HOS.
I
You
said
only
all
said thank
teachers,
you.
all teachers. All SPAs, all HOS, all teachers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Kudos to you people.
All right, all
Respect.
right. Okay, thank you, Precious. All right,
Uh,
so before I give my own remark, I think there is. I hope Quincy would also rejoin so that she can also give her own remark as well. I think there's a question that just pop up now, Precious. If you could help check that out. There's a question.
that's the question.
Okay, what of learners in primary six that failed? Of course, learners that failed has failed now. All right. So except the updates that we'll be sharing in the next coming days is provision for students that will be promoted on trial. If that is granted or one that has been reviewed by the ministry and say, okay, this is what it should look like. But for any student that failed, they failed. You get right. So except if they will be if they meet that criteria that will be set for promotion on trial basis. If it doesn't, it means that they will still repeat. The system would also take care of that as well if that is also the case. So you really have nothing to worry about, Mrs. Olaomi Apology. That will be taken care of once that particular decision has been made, or once there's a final verdict around what should be the benchmark for promoting students on trial if they do not meet the promotion criteria that has been set. And this also applies to every other class, whether the junior secondary or the senior secondary as well. The only division that is not failing or that is not repeating here um, will be those in the KG and the nursery section because they majorly do not have a promotion criteria. All right. So every other program, every other division has a criteria. And if they will meet the provision that will be set for promotion on trial basis, fine. If they do not, of course, they have to repeat, and the system would also take note of that as appropriate. Yeah. So I hope that answers that question. Okay, so my own remark also, of course, we want a very big thank you to all of you. Um, Thank you from the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Curriculum Department, the Planning and Research and Statistics Department. It's been a whole hell of reaching out, communicating, and also trying to respond to all of this as they come. I want to say a very big thank you, for giving us that opportunity to really be able to work this out with them. And also a very big thank you to all SPAs. Sometimes you might share issues that you see that we are not responding on time. We try as much as possible to pick all issues that you drop and see how best and how fast we can respond to that. So in subsequent days as well, we might also be sharing out feedback form. And the essence of the feedback form is just for you to just give your feedback around what are some of the areas that you think can be improved on, and if you have any other comments that you want us to take note of. So in coming days, we'll share all of those details with you on the various WhatsApp platform as well. So that can also be be solved. Again, thank you everybody. Thank you those that are participating in this session. And don't forget that you also need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So whenever there's an update, you can always get the updates or email notification. So ensure you subscribe. Also share the details. One important information for teachers as well, especially in this 21st century, is also share your skills. All right. So all of the details that you have benefited from this session, right from session one, session two, session three, try as much as possible to also share with your fellow teachers. So that can also help them to solve whatever challenges or whatever problem that they have as well. So thank you very much, everyone. We look forward to being able to serve you much more better. All right. So um, a very quick reminder as well. Those of us that have issues with the recommendation button, it's a bug that the technical team are currently working on. You are going to get update on it latest today or tomorrow. Okay. Another update, which is also very important, is the nursery section, the KG and the nursery section. No need for you to set promotion criteria. Okay, all of that has been taken. There is no promotion criteria for the KG and the nursery section. All of that has been taken care of. All right. So, and another important update as well is that for those of us in the primary section, just proceed to uploading and approving from the broadsheet. All right. There is a current criteria that has been set. All right. There's just a disparity around what should be from primary one to three and also what should be from four to six, like Mrs. Oloko shared in the previous session. So we are trying to just reach a conclusion around what should be the final verdict on that. As soon as that is reached, you're going to get the feedback across your various WhatsApp platforms. So those are all the key important updates. Thank you very much. Learners and also promotion on trial basis. Once a final decision is also reached on that, we will also communicate all of that with you across the various WhatsApp platforms. So thank you very much, everyone. We have come to the end of today's session. I don't know why I'm super excited. I'm excited as well. I don't know. I'm just getting excited. Like we are really able to do this together. I'm looking forward to when parents will be assessing their child with report card, which has never really happened before. I remember when I was in school, I attended the public school majorly, right? And my result, it went like maybe like 2 or 3 weeks after the session has closed that we will now get our results. All right, but I think this is really helping to change all of that. And don't forget, by next week is the deadline. Next week Thursday, schools are expected to have wrapped up all their result upload approval and also recommending promotion, so that starting from Friday, parents can start assessing their child results. So on this final note again, thank you very much. On behalf of the Editams team, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone once again. So in the absence of no further question, we would like to call this end this session. So Precious, would you oh, Quincy is here, so she can give she can give her closing remark as well. Okay, Quincy, just briefly give your closing remarks so we could end the session. Your mic is on, like you need to unmute. Yeah.
So first, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining us and for always answering anytime we call you. Anytime we call. So I hope we've gotten all we need to get for our process to be seamless. So Mr. Ojeremi, thank you. Mr. Akinzane, also thank you very much. So while we are trying to round up, I'm going to also be saying that please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get information and also click on the notification bell so you get to get updates when we are coming online and when we need to pass an update. So in this regard, we're going to say thank you once more for joining us and please do have a great day.
All right. Thank you, guys. So further clarification and engagement will continue on the WhatsApp channel. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. Bye bye. So Quincy, you can end the session, right?